Jacob Brown, we've been talking about doing this for a hot minute. How old are you now?
I'm 20.
Bro, you were 15, I think, when I first ever reached out to you.
Yes, sir. That was a long time ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Finally made it happen. You're fresh off the freeway. You drove in just now.
Yes, sir. 4 hours away.
Woo. I hate that drive.
Well,
Was it all right?
It's worth the trip. I'm glad I'm here, so thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, of course.
Yes,
Yeah, so you've come. It's funny. When I first reached out to you, I was fascinated because you were 15 and you were like just murdering people on the mats. And now you're 20, still murdering people on the mats.
Still in the game.
And I like how active you are on social media. Like, we seem to follow all the same accounts because I'm like, not just MMA stuff, just like life stuff, whatever. I always see like you are commenting and post and liking and commenting on like all kinds of different.
We got a lot of similar things I would say on social media, especially when it comes to like, you know, anything that involves like career-wise, when it comes to fighting, when it just comes to everything, especially when it comes to acting, modeling. Sure, that. You know a lot of that.
Yeah. So, so tell me about the last 5 years of jiu-jitsu. You just keep getting better and better, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I've been busy. You know, all these years I've just been working even harder, and every year it gets better for me. I did making a lot of progression throughout those 5 years. Ever since my green belt, from green to brown belt. It's just been so much going on, a lot of ups and downs, definitely more ups than downs, so that's what I'm really happy about. And I feel good. I'm excited. I'm only a year away from my black belt. I'm so close. I'm turning 21 May 13th. So,
wow.
You know.
This May?
Yeah, this
May. Oh,
wow.
Like it's a couple weeks. Yeah. Not even 10 days or something.
Yeah.
What's today? The 3rd, right?
Yeah. Coming up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Are you coming back here then?
Yeah.
Come on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Have you been to Vegas before?
Yeah, multiple times.
All right, you were just here. All right, we almost made it happen like a month or two ago or something.
I was planning it.
And it's different, though, when you're in Vegas and you're 21. It's a little different.
Yeah.
Things change.
A lot
Jacob.
more.
Yeah. Will you transition to full-on, like, is UFC the goal?
It was, but I changed paths to only sticking to BJJ.
Really?
Yeah, I want to open up my own academy once I get my black belt, you know, throughout the years. So, and give back to the community and just teach.
When did you decide that?
That was around like blue belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
How come?
Just because like I've been in the game so long, and a lot of people and like young kids and adults, and they've been inspired by my jiu-jitsu, and they always reached out to me and saying, you know, I want to learn a lot from you. I feel like my life can change because of you. And just getting all those DMs and just hearing that feedback from everybody just inspired me more to open up my own gym and just kind of give jiu-jitsu back to everyone, you know, that's been learning jiu-jitsu or wanted to learn jiu-jitsu.
But when you watch certain UFC fights and certain matchups, do you sit there and watch and go like, man, I could do this. I could jump in there. Or no?
No, yeah. I watched a lot of fights where I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, I could definitely do that, you know? And like, no problem. That's about it.
But you don't want to, you won't come over to the, I want you in the UFC. Come on, man. Contender Series. I had plans for you.
I went through some health issues in the past. So that's why I had to like stick away from it a little bit.
Got it.
So that's why I've been sticking to BJJ. Because especially it's a lot safer for me. And but you know, I always did like everything like judo, wrestling, and I kind of just throw in everything else though. And
you want to teach and coach.
Yeah.
That's a whole different skill set too, right? Like it's one thing to be able to do it, but to teach and explain things, it's another level.
Yeah, teaching and explaining, because it comes from all the experience you've been training in BJJ. Like,
right.
You can't teach and train if you haven't learned everything that the coach has been teaching you. You have to take all the information throughout the years, especially when you're at brown belt level. And you got to remember all the information, gather it all. And you got to train every day to, you know, you can't lose that when you have that in your head. Yeah. Because you're going to teach that when you have your open academy.
Yep. Can we talk about Dillon Danis for a second?
Dillon Danis, yeah.
Yeah. What's the deal with this guy? Is he gonna fight again? Like I was looking at, I see him. He's always talking trash on Instagram and stuff with fighters, you know. And I know he like trained with Conor or whatever at one point. But
we got to take a step back to remind me who Dillon Danis is again. Refresh my memory.
Dillon Danis is the guy that was Conor's like jiu-jitsu coach. Then he got signed to Bellator. He had one fight. He's like 1-0 in Bellator, submitted whoever he fought. Mm-hmm. He's had, I think, a couple knee surgeries. So he's had some, you've seen this guy on I'm going to pull him up and just show you.
Okay.
And I just, he's like always online. every time there's any two fighters having a beef, he always jumps in and has his something to say and challenging someone, whatever. Fuck, I'm trying to do this with this guy.
Let's see.
Wait, that's not it. Sorry.
No, it's
Fuck,
okay.
I don't have the glasses. You can't pull it up, can you? No. Or Little Raj, can you pull up Dylan Dennis on your Instagram? And just slide your phone over here because I have fucking no glasses. They're in the other room. But yeah, I thought maybe, but he's supposed to be like a badass black belt. I think he is. I mean, I'm not even saying supposedly. This is not me hating on him, by the way.
No,
I was just wondering, like, this guy here, look at his Instagram. You've seen this guy. For sure you've seen him. No? He's been on like Ariel Helwani.
Oh, yeah,
I've seen
him before.
Yeah. But I was wondering, like, he never. I know he had a couple knee surgeries and stuff, but like, he's always talking shit, like he wants to fight, but he never fights anyone. But on Twitter, he's always like, "I'll beat this guy, I'll beat that guy, I'll beat this guy," but then nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of people do that online. I think it's just like
that's true.
Yeah, it's like you're always throwing shade online. And you're just kind of saying whatever you want, but then it's different in person.
Who are your favorite fighters that you like watching currently
in the UFC?
Yeah.
I haven't really been up to date with the current fighters.
Really, you just train. You're in your own bubble. I kind of like that.
I haven't been watching a lot of television. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the UFC. Love, like if I see a big card or a main card event, I'll go ahead and watch it.
Did you watch 300?
Nah.
What? Come on.
I know. I feel like everybody's gonna look at me, but like, look at this guy.
Hell yeah. Well, that's kind of refreshing though. Like you're just like doing your thing. You're just doing your thing.
So focused.
Really?
Yeah. Just been training a lot. I wake up and I'm just like, first thing on my mind is training.
Really?
Yeah.
And you started at what age?
5 or 6 years old.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
nonstop.
Like, at what point did you see like, or did you feel like, wow, I'm really good at this? And I know that you're not an arrogant person, so I know it's not coming from that. But
I would just say like a few months into training when I was on 6 years old, I would say like when I got my yellow belt, like within the same year, I was more confident.
Really?
I was in my skills.
At 6?
Yeah. I was more
wild.
like, I did my first tournament, I got second place, but I was like, even then, I was still happy to go back to training and I was still confident in my skills, because I always liked the adrenaline when I was young and just going into the like the mats and just stepping in there and just doing whatever the hell I want, just like taking kids down and just putting all this pressure on them. It was just fun to me, right? And I just kept on going with it.
I had Randy Couture on earlier this week, and he was telling me about car jiu-jitsu. Have you seen this?
Yeah,
I never heard of this till 2 days ago, 3 days ago. It's insane.
Crazy, yeah.
Would you ever want to go try car jiu-jitsu?
I don't think I would try, but I love watching it though.
Yeah.
It's so entertaining.
Yeah, I was watching a couple videos on Instagram. I
see the guy, he just takes the seatbelt, wraps around his neck.
Yeah.
It's mayhem.
Makes you think twice. You step in if you're an Uber driver, right? You're like, what the fuck? Sit in the back, dude. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's wild. And so what are some of the other things you want to do? You want to get into acting and stuff like that too?
I'm already doing acting now. Yeah. I got 2 short films dropping. So
really?
Yeah. I was just doing rehearsals the other day. So the short film's called Pitched Out.
You wrote it? Or
No.
I was just in it.
I was just acting in it. Yeah.
Okay.
But I like they got my part of the story, and we're working on my character.
What's it called?
Pitched Out.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's gonna be great. It's like more of action. So
really?
You're gonna see some of my jiu-jitsu in there and some like a lot of action going on. So
and now, how did that all come about? You knew the guys behind it, or they just reached out to you? How'd that happen?
Just like connections.
Really?
Yeah.
And you already shot it?
Yeah, it's already shot. It's already being worked on. It's gonna drop like this month soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
And I did another one. It's called Lake Abyss. That's also going to be dropping around the same time. That was more of like a horror short film.
Okay. Yeah. Which one did you like more? Or they're just so different you probably can't even compare them.
They both had a great difference between each other. I love horror and I love fighting.
Yeah.
But obviously, like fighting was a lot easier for me because that's like I was already I knew what to do and everything. It was a lot easier for me to handle.
But is fighting on camera a little different too? Because like they want you to over exaggerate certain things or like do things that you wouldn't. Was that hard for you? Like you're like, no, bro, that's not how it works. Kind of deal.
It was a little bit tough because it was like you had to had slower reactions. You had to hit from certain angles, like from where the camera makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like doing those moves felt awkward, Right. I don't know if you saw that one fight, but it was the one movie where Conor McGregor was in the fight.
Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Roadhouse. That fight scene was crazy.
I was just gonna bring that up because I saw some like behind the scenes footage when he was working with Jake Gyllenhaal and they were like kind of choreographing like the fight.
Yeah.
And it looked pretty cool, like how Connor was showing him like, you're gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. Like it was really cool how like Connor like put it together.
I liked it because I saw an interview about it, how they was talking, and Jake was like, how Connor like he only knew how to do like real fighting, like he had a hard time doing the fake stunts
for the camera. Right.
It was just funny, like it was such a great duo. I loved it.
Yeah. It's funny when I've seen the movie twice. I kind of was disappointed the first time, but then I liked it the second time.
Yeah. Or maybe you like it the second time.
I don't know. I think I was just looking at it wrong the first time. Like it was bugging me. Like I didn't like the storyline really and like the script. Like I kind of felt like they didn't use Connor properly. Like I wanted, like I feel like he's the king of talking. Yeah. And I feel like you had Conor McGregor and you didn't let him talk. Like you gave him these stupid little like 1 word, 2 word.
Yeah, we want to see that like, that Conor attitude. We want to see him go all out.
Right.
Yeah.
And then my buddy was like, no, dude, you're like being too hard on it. Like just have fun with it, whatever. And I was like, yeah. And then I watched it again. I was like, yeah, I guess it was kind of fun. I liked it. I liked it more the second time. Yeah.
Watching him fight.
I thought Bob Menery did a great job. His role. Like when he's like the boss wants to see it. He's like to Jake Gyllenhaal, and then Jake like breaks his fingers on the ground. That's Bob Menery, and that was like his first movie. So
no, that was great. He did a great job, in my opinion. Like, so that's kind of where I want to be, like doing movies. I want to be doing something like that. Yeah.
Now, do you have an agent yet and all that stuff for like movies and stuff, or are you just through connections for right now?
Yeah, just doing connections for right now. I'm just trying to work my way up there. But I'm pretty happy with my 2 short films, so I want to see how
goes. Long are the short films? Like 20 minutes kind of thing, or something?
Like 20 to almost 30.
Yeah,
around that time.
And are they? When do they come out? Are they out? Yeah.
No, they're not out yet. But
okay.
They should be out like one of these this week or this week or next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then where can we see them? Do you know it?
It's gonna be in the short film festivals. I'm not exactly sure right now, but it'll be updated on my Instagram. You guys.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sick, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
It's exciting. I mean, I feel like you've done a lot, and you're only 20.
Yeah, I'm still doing a lot more. I got a lot planned ahead of my future. I'm into modeling now. So if you guys seen that, I'm just doing that. I'm just doing everything, man. I'm trying to throw in everything and keep fighting in there. So
I feel like most 20-year-olds, maybe it's just different. I'm old now, but like when I was 20, I was just fucking things up. Like I didn't have it together. Like I feel like now all the people your age, like they're more advanced. They're more career focused at an early age. Like I feel like you were career focused literally at 6, 7, 8 years old. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, of course. And I go off of base of how I grew up. Because I grew up in such a humbled environment. Jiu-jitsu keeps you humbled at such a young age. That's how you're gonna grow up. You're gonna grow up like you have a certain mentality, and you just can't let go of that.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna grow up and just do whatever I want. I'm gonna stick to one thing. If I want to do jiu-jitsu, I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna stick to that. Because I know a lot of people they leave around blue belt or whatever because they want to change paths or do something else. So I mean, it's kind of rare when you're young and you start young and then you finish off older.
Right.
So I mean, that's why I'm happy with myself because I never left around that time.
Now, when you were in like junior high and high school, I'm assuming most people knew exactly who you were.
Yeah.
Right? So you didn't really have to deal with any nonsense or bullies or anything, right? Because they all knew, like, don't fuck with him, right?
Yeah.
Is there any stories where someone didn't know and they had to maybe find out the hard way or close call?
I had a few people that didn't know, like, who it was or what I did. But, like, even when I was in, like middle school or whatever, because I went to public middle school, right? And then some kids knew, and then they would, like, tell the rest of school, like, oh, this kid does, like, jiu-jitsu. Like, you should look at his Instagram. And they were like nervous, and then like some people would try to set me up. Like I had somebody that said, "Oh, hey, this guy's trying to like mess with me. Can you like help me fight him?" I was like, "No, man. Like it's crazy. Like people try to set you up when they know you're a fighter."
Really?
Yeah. And
that's why
like not my thing. You gotta be careful out there, especially when like you're a dangerous threat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Where did you grow up exactly? You're Orange County or?
I'm from the East Coast originally.
Oh, like New York? Or?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And then when did you move out west?
I came here like around 13, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like it more?
Oh yeah, I like
weather, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I love the East Coast. That's where I came from. But, I love the West Coast. I love both of them just as much. But, I love the weather here and all that.
Yeah, the
it's
weather
great.
you can't beat.
Yeah, you can't beat the weather.
Yeah.
It's Cali weather.
It's the best. It's the only thing I miss about California. I like living here in Vegas, but it's hot in the summer. It's a little too fucking hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. But I'm also a gambling degenerate, so it's easier to do that here than California. Yeah. Do you bet on fights or anything like that?
What kind of fights?
Like UFC? Do you bet? Do you bet on sports or anything like that? Or wait, you're not even 21 yet. You're not even supposed to be betting. What am I setting you up for? Fucking.
Hey, I gotta make 13. Then I'll start betting.
There you go. Right. Yeah. Will you? Do you think? Or
I would.
Be careful with it. Though. Don't go crazy.
I'll try for my first time. How about that?
Okay.
And then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Don't go nuts though. No going crazy.
I'm not big on gambling.
Yeah. It's better. All right. And then what about personal life? You got a girlfriend now? What's going on there?
No girlfriend.
Single, ladies. All right.
Always single. I'm out here though.
I'm out here. Yeah. Are you on like Tinder? And is Tinder still a thing or no? Not really.
No, I don't hop at any of that.
None of that.
Nah.
You just slide in the DMs here and there, maybe.
Nah,
or?
They slide in my DMs.
Really?
I don't slide in no DMs.
I like it. I like it.
You already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I'm focused on my path, my career, and I just let everything come to me.
Yeah.
Because I only have one thing I'm looking forward to aim for.
Do you have like a day job right now, or like what's paying the bills right now? What are you doing?
No,
just modeling stuff and all that.
Just the modeling, the acting,
Like the short film, does that pay, or is that just to like build yourself up?
Yeah, those pays and they help build myself up too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so I'm just getting like all over the place,
Did you have to get an acting coach or anything like that, or are you just kind of learning as you go?
No, I didn't get like an acting coach, but I took some classes.
Okay.
And my brother, like, he did a little bit of it too, so he kind of helped me out with that.
Yeah.
And I kind of just had self-development. I kind of learned on my own as well.
Yeah.
And I just kind of went with the flow. I guess I was pretty natural at it somewhat.
Right.
To some degree.
Yeah.
And for my first time filming, I was actually pretty happy for it because the guy said, like, he was like, you did great for your first time for doing a short film.
Were you nervous?
I was a little bit nervous, yes.
It's so weird. Like, guy like you get on the mats and, like, go try to murder each other, and yet you're nervous. It's funny how things like that work, right?
Yeah,
it's like people think, what could you possibly make you nervous?
It was nervous, but it was a great experience because you're learning, something that you're not really comfortable with. Remember, because in that world, you have to make yourself comfortable with something that you're not used to doing.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it as much as everybody else would.
Do you still get nervous before a jiu-jitsu match?
No, not anymore.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've gotten nervous in a match. Yeah.
That's probably a cool feeling, right?
Just it is. It's so chill. Like, you get to like relax and you just listen to music. You could talk to your homies and just eat and not having to worry about the fight. Just like 5 minutes before the fight.
Right.
That's what I think.
And you assume you're gonna win, pretty much. Is that the mindset? Like, you feel like,
I always go in there with a winner's mentality. Even if I don't win, as long as I'm going in with that mentality, I won't come out like a sore loser. Because if you're going like that, then you're gonna be like, you're gonna come out feeling all sad and sobby. You don't want to feel like that.
So, like in a fight, a lot of times, like a guy will get knocked out early or something, and they'll have that phrase like, "Oh, it's okay, you just got caught," right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there the equivalent to that in jiu-jitsu, where like you just make maybe a mental mistake?
Yeah, there is. Like if you're putting in the training and you know what you're working on and you're drilling on certain moves that you've been working on for an upcoming tournament, right? Like you've been in the training camp and a mistake happens in a tournament, then it's just an honest mistake because you've been putting the work for that specific move in that tournament. You've been trying to pull off what you've been working for, And sometimes you don't get it.
And when you do make that like mistake, you know almost instantly, right? Because then he gets you.
It happens fast.
And what goes through? Is it like fuck? Like you do you know right then what your mistake was, or do you have to watch it back on? Do you have to watch tape to see?
For me, I felt it happened immediately.
Really?
Yeah, like it's like, God damn it, I slipped up, and I knew what happened right there. It's like if I had like a few seconds before to fix it, I would do it. But then when you look back at the video, it's like you see way before the fight how you could have prevented that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like, if I was just working on this like move and training, and I could have way prevented this. You see it way ahead.
But when it's in the middle of the fight, it's hard to see sometimes, right? Like
it's hard to see what's coming.
Wow.
But yeah, that's why I always look back at my videos.
And when you're in a good position, I don't roll, so I'm a layman, and I don't even know if I can ask the question intelligently, but like, because I'm gonna fuck this up. But like, when when you have a plan, right, of what you want to do to him, you feel could you feel just from how he's moving, like when he's recognizing what you're trying to do? Is that what it is? Like, like, okay, you know what I'm trying to do, and then you're trying to, it's almost like chess, right?
It's like a game of chess. So it's like you can sense what the guy's going to do before he even does it. Like you can see what's gonna go on,
Right?
And you're just reading the guy's body language. You're reading everything he does. Like with jiu-jitsu on the match while everything's happening, it's like a mind and physical game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like for me, like I already know what the guy's gonna do every move ahead. But that's where you got to be quick,
And then do you sometimes try to trap him, like make him think you're gonna try to do something, but actually that's not, you just wanted him to think that so you could try to do something else?
Yeah, multiple times, but not everybody can fall for that. So that's where you always gotta have something up your sleeve.
Got it.
You gotta have something that they're not gonna suspect, and that's why you don't want like your opponents knowing how you fight all the time. Like you see me like in most of my videos or every time I post, I'm always trying to do something different.
Right.
I don't like to stick with one moveset, or like when somebody asks me like, hey, what's your favorite submission or your favorite moveset you like to go to move in every tournament? I don't really have one because I don't like my opponent treating me. I like to always change it up in every fight.
Right. That's interesting. And then and then I always hear of like sometimes like with jiu-jitsu, like a white belt could even tap a blue belt or something like
course,
that.
Yeah.
And so that's common, right?
Yeah. No, it's very common. It also depends on what he does and what he has worked on in his life. Like I've seen white belts that come into jiu-jitsu with no experience of jiu-jitsu at all, but they did like 12 or 13 years of wrestling, and they're like beating on like purple and blue belts,
Right.
So it's just about what you've been doing, because I've seen it in my own eyes.
And then I just saw like maybe a month or two ago, a Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson, who normally fights at like 135. He entered a jiu-jitsu competition somewhere. I don't know where. This might have been in Japan or something. I'm not sure. I'm probably screwing this up. But he tapped a guy that was like 200 and something pounds, and he's like 135.
Damn.
That's like a crazy feat, right?
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
Because the weight at that point, weight absolutely matters, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah, weight matters, but at the same time, if you got technique is what's really gonna get you through the match, Because I've beaten people that was over the 200-pound range.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I've been there already.
And are they shocked when it happens?
I mean, typically, yeah. I mean, I would be shocked if I was him, but
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they was, because it's like, damn, look at this little dude.
Right.
This is a big ass guy, and then he's able to get the submission, take him down, and get the back, But like what I think, people say it all the time, big guys fall harder, and it's easier. You have an advantage because you can be a lot faster.
Right.
And you just get to the back, It's just so many ways.
When you were 15 and 16, 17, any teen, what was the oldest person that you tapped in? Does like man strength apply on the mats? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do understand. It's like it just depends. Like, yeah, strength can be harder if the guy's stronger than you in the fight. Like, even if you have good technique, it could be tough sometimes. But that's why you really want to rely on your technique if you don't have the strength. But don't trust me though, it's always good to have the strength if you got technique as well.
Right.
But like with me, I'm not always the strongest against my opponents. So when I'm fighting guys who are stronger, I always rely on my technique and how I'm always thinking about what's the next move I'm gonna do. So I'm always aware of that. And what was the second part you asked?
I already forgot because I'm 53 and I'm old, Jacob.
And I have been black belts already.
Oh,
like,
right.
When I was younger, right? Like even my blue and purple belt stages, I went to tournaments and I think I already fought black belts without even knowing. And I went in there just like smashing them, and I wouldn't even realize. And they're probably maybe in their 30s, even late 20s, but they would be really advanced. They would have way more years than I would,
right?
When I was younger, So yeah, it happens a lot.
You said you didn't even know that they were black belts. Do you think that actually helped by not knowing? Like if maybe subconsciously, if you knew they were black belts, like you might be like, "Fuck, this is black belt." Like
when I was younger, yeah, I would say it helped me for the most part because I wasn't thinking the same when I was around like juvenile age. I would be intimidated by, oh damn, this guy's a black belt.
Right.
I want to be a blue belt. Like I'm not ready for that.
Right.
But like when I'm doing nogi or whatever, or like certain tournaments were allowed like any belt range, then yeah, I would just go in there and just start kicking ass.
Do you prefer no-gi?
I like both. Just
you do?
Yeah, because I used to do nogi and gi like evenly when I was younger, and I still do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you had a specialty? What would you say your specialty is on the mats? Is there anything like
when it comes to like special moves?
Yeah.
I definitely like I said, I don't have one move I'm always gonna stick with, but if I was to go with one, I like going for the bar now choke.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I always like getting to the back. because it's so satisfying. Like when you're like transitioning to the back, like I had so many videos on my Instagram where I just flip this guy like a pancake, and I flip him over and I just go straight to the back and I hit the bar. No, it's just like you just go like it's as smooth as butter. You're just like from one to the next to the next. And then you get the submission. It's like that clean.
The savage comes out of him when he starts talking about this shit.
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah, that's cool. When's your next competition? You just had one recently, right?
Yeah, I just competed at Substars like 2 weeks ago. I mean, not Substars, Subversive.
Yeah.
And that was like 2 weeks ago, and I won that one. I didn't get a submission, but I won by points. But I was dominated like most of the round. I got caught in like this weird rubber guard thingy. It was a rubber guard move. I don't see that move a lot, so I was like confused what was happening. But I had him in the side guard, and he got the rubber guard, and I was stuck in there for maybe about a minute or so. And it was pretty good. I won't lie, he had me there. But I got out of it, and then right after that, like I said, I love going for the back. I got the back. I didn't get the choke, but I was trying to get rear naked. But it was a great battle. All respect to him. So.
With jiu-jitsu, there's this is a dumb question, but is it like MMA? It's like, is it 3 5-minute rounds, or like what is it?
In let's say like in IBJJF, it would be like I think 8-9 minutes for brown belts, and then like black belts got like 10-minute rounds. But it always
10-minute rounds.
Yeah, I feel like black belts is pretty long.
Holy shit! And then how many rounds total? Like 3 rounds, or is it just one 10-minute round?
No, it'll be like one 10-minute round, but they
got
a bracket. Like every fight will be 10 minutes. That's why like in black belt or like in any belt, you want to get the submission as fast as you can.
10 minutes is a long time.
Yeah. You don't want to spend 10 minutes on every round.
No way.
Yeah.
That's brutal. So how do you when you're training, are you training like longer for like a round? Like do you train like 15-minute rounds or something when you're training just so 10 doesn't feel
no.
Or no?
No, in training we did do 10-minute sparring rounds. But it changes up the class every day. So we'll do like 5-minute rounds straights, but every round will be 5-minute straights, and then it'll go to 10, and then it'll just increase. But like I said, every day is different training, but it's always hard.
How many rounds would you train in a day?
Typically the rounds are like 3 minutes long.
Okay.
Like regularly in training, but in every tournament, for like purple belts, it'd be like 6 minutes, and then it just goes higher.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow, that seems brutal, man.
It is.
That's another level of crazy.
Yeah, that's why when you're out there like getting higher in the belt ranks, you got to be prepared for that.
How do you push through when you're tired? Like what do you?
You're able to like rest in the fight as long as you know what you're doing. Like if you know you're dominating the round, you gotta pull off certain techniques to be able to catch your breath while in the fight.
While in the fight.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah, because I learned that too. It's like I always ask myself, how am I gonna be able to keep going? Like when I was younger, if I'm running out of breath, I'm out of stamina.
Right.
But I've learned how to use the technique right enough to catch my breath and stamina while in the fight, and then come back even harder.
Yeah, a lot of times, like I know people like in an MMA fight, like when you're watching, like if I'm in a sports book or something, and people be like yelling at the screen, like it's round 3, you know what I mean? And they're like, just do this, like move out from. It's like, bro, you don't understand. They're exhausted. Like it's just they want to do everything you're saying, but they can't, right?
Yeah. But that's the funny thing is that like I think that's why people always loved watching me. Because I'll just say this, like, people always loved watching me because, obviously, my name is the Bull. I always go hard in every fight. I'm always, like, rampaging out there. I'm just going crazy. And then, like, people get so entertained. And I always loved entertaining the people. I've been doing this since I was a kid. And it's like, when people see me not doing that, it's like, where's the Bull at? Where's the Bull? I want to see the Bull, So
right.
I'm always doing that. But at the same time, I try to focus on my technique, while entertaining the crowd, though.
Right.
Because people come here, to see a fight, to put on a show.
Yeah.
Like, that's why everything I do, that's why they call me Jacobthebullbrown,
Yeah. And do you know when your next one is yet?
Yeah, the next one's going to be Worlds. It's going to be May 29th. To the 2nd, yeah.
May 29th to the June 2nd. Where is it?
The Pyramid. The Pyramid in Cali.
Oh, in Cali?
Yeah,
Long Beach. Okay, okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might try to come. I
Hey,
need
man,
to come out there and check this out.
Watch. Yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna be great.
What's that? Oh yeah. That's funny. And so you won't get nervous before that match at all.
No.
Is jiu-jitsu in the Olympics?
No.
No. Just wrestling.
Yeah.
Or is wrestling still in, or did they take it out? I don't even know. Wrestling still in the Olympics?
No,
I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Judo, wrestling, but like yeah, for me, jiu-jitsu.
I'm surprised jiu-jitsu's not in the Olympics.
I know.
I feel like it should be.
I feel like it should be. I'm surprised
Because you'd be all over it.
Yeah. No, I feel like I would be in there, and I would just be training hella hard for like if they had an Olympics, I would just be on the camp and just going ham and training.
Yeah.
Because Olympics is like something that's like it's really big. You know, you want to go in there with a winner's mentality. You want to go in there like a champ. You know.
Did you play any other sports growing up?
I mean, I did judo. Like I said,
You've always been focused on like martial arts.
Always martial arts. Yeah, heavily on martial arts. You know, it's funny because like when my parents said to me, they had talked to each other, right? And they said they went to like this pastor, and the pastor said, when this kid's born, he's gonna be a fighter.
Really?
Yeah. And there was like, and they took that information. They was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then it's crazy because the minute I got bullied when I was young, because that's how I started too.
Okay.
I was young and I got bullied
at 6.
Yeah, around that age, and it was like at a kid's birthday party, or whatever. I got like put up in the corner, and these kids like, you know, they started bullying me. And then I went back to my parents, and I was like, I want to learn how to defend myself or do something.
Right.
And then they went ahead and took me to my my aunt, and she's a Newark police officer.
Okay.
And she took me to the academy. And I just started training with her, and she's the one that introduced me into jiu-jitsu because, yeah, that's what they do over there in the East Coast. The police officers were training it.
Yeah.
And then, man, I just loved it from that day, the minute I started. And then, boom, the Bull came to be.
The Bull.
Yeah.
At 6, that became your nickname?
Yeah, like after my first tournament, that's when I got my first nickname. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
That's really cool. And, man, so... do you see yourself as like an action star in the future in the movies? Like, is that the goal? Like,
most definitely, yeah. I mean, that's why
Expendables 9 will be you, great. Or Expendables 10. I don't know.
I'm trying to look out for like all those fighting movies that I love. I love watching Mortal Kombat. You know, I love action. I love watching anything like John Wick movies. Man, I love those movies. They're great. So I want to get into movies like that. Anything with like badass fight scenes.
Have you shot any guns yet?
No, not yet. Not yet.
It's tricky in California. It's tricky. But
you mean like real guns?
Yeah, real guns.
I've been to a shooting range.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think about like movie wise.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, shooting range, it was pretty fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, I'll probably try it again.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I could see you as like badass, like John Wick kind of role. I see it.
Oh, yeah, playing like that badass hero.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Even like an undercover kid, undercover agent in college or something. Or I don't know, that'd be like a cool,
What kind of movie you think that would be?
Definitely some action. Like, I want to see you taking down some drug lords or some fucking kingpins or something. Yeah.
Like Jason Statham.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's dope.
How tall are you?
I think I'm like 5'9".
Okay.
Yeah.
And what weight do you compete at?
I walk around like 145, but I have to cut down to like 139, 138 usually.
Is that hard or is it easy for you?
It's hard at moments. Like if I'm usually walking around heavier than 145, then it'll be hard. But if I'm like below 145 already, it's pretty easy for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Just do you work with like a nutritionist or anything, or you've been doing it so long you know what to do?
No, I already know what to do. I've been doing it so long. I mean, I've been doing the 141 class since I was like blue belt.
Do they make kids cut weight like when you're like 8, 9, 10, 11? Are you're not cutting weight then, are you? Or?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't cut weight like that when I was young.
Okay.
Like that, I cut.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, no, I started cutting weight like that, like heavy. Like it was taking a heavy toll on my body when I was like cutting like 15 pounds, like only like less than a week.
Wow.
Or, like within a week's range, like that's putting a toll on your body. But I've been easier on my body. I've just been eating healthy. Well, I'm always eating healthy, but I've just been maintaining my weight, so it's easier to cut.
Do you have any like nagging injuries and stuff from jiu-jitsu or anything?
No, I haven't had like a major, and like I never broke a bone or nothing like that, like a major injury. But I've had like some pretty bad injuries. I mean, only like, what do you call it here? The collarbone.
Yeah.
It was like lightly fractured, but that was about it. And maybe some stitches. That was about it. I take those. Like a champ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have no problem tapping, right? Like there's no, like some guys have like ego, they don't want to tap or whatever. That's silly, right?
Yeah.
Like you're just fucking yourself up for no reason.
Yeah, there's no reason not to be stubborn, If you feel like, if somebody taps you out,
they get you.
So hard on yourself. Yeah.
It's not the end of the world, right?
No, it's training. You go back and you train harder.
And same thing in a competition, right? Like just tap if
in the competition.
You got.
Yeah, but in competition, like if you're not gonna tap and you're just being stubborn, then somebody's gonna break your bones. Somebody's gonna tear something.
On certain chokes, did you have to learn like when you're like? Did you did you ever have a problem where you were tapping prematurely because it just is you're not used to the uncomfortable feeling?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was weird. I mean, like the first time around when I was new to jiu-jitsu, I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. Like somebody put me in like a submission hold. I was like, coach, I need help. I would call out the coach because I was like, what the hell am I doing? And he was like anytime, you feel a submission, just tap, or you feel like if it's hurt, then you tap, So yeah, that was that.
Yeah. Have you had the same coach the whole way through, or you've had different coaches?
No, I had different coaches. In the East Coast, I had Paul Conocella, shout out. And he was one of my first coaches in the East Coast, and I loved them. That was a great gym. I trained there for a little bit, but I would say like when I came to Cali around like 13 years old, then I came to AOJ, and I've just been training there ever since. I'm still training there now.
Yeah. What's that?
Oh, 11. Came here at 11.
He remembers it all like a book.
He has all the information in the book. Yeah. I feel like an old man. I forget everything.
Were there ever times where you got so frustrated with it you wanted to quit and not do it anymore?
In jiu-jitsu, yeah. I've had my...
Because at such a young age, like you've committed your life to this, so it would be easy to burn out, right?
Yeah, I would say definitely around like green belt. It was like 14, 15 at green belt, and that was probably like one of my worst times. Like I was really in my head at that time, and I caught a really bad staph infection of MRSA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really bad, and I was just getting like ball spots in the back of my head and stuff.
Oh shit!
And the doctor was just saying like,
that's the money shot right here. This head of hair, like we can't have that.
Yeah, my hair was a lot shorter back then, so I kind of let it grow out after. It looks pretty cool now.
Yeah.
Hey, girls get the girls, right?
Girls get the girls. I love it.
Yeah, but back then, I had a severe case of MRSA that lasted like 3 months. So they had me like heavy on medication and stuff, and I was just super depressed at the time, and I had to go take therapy.
You were how old at that time?
I think 14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just went to therapy. I had to like talk about everything about if I was gonna stick in jiu-jitsu or not. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna stay in or quit because I didn't train for like 3 months.
Which is like eternity, right?
Yeah, like, 3 months without training felt like forever.
Right, and I would think other people like your same age or same level, after 3 months, they're light years past you, right? Because it moves quick,
yeah,
right?
It does. Time flies. And somebody training 3 months when you're not training could improve a lot faster. And
right.
You're going to come back and be like, damn, like this guy's way better than me. I only missed like 3 months.
Right. Yeah. And you might have even been better than him when you stopped.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, that's frustrating.
Yeah, it gets frustrating. And, I took it like a champ, I mean, it was really hard. I was talking to my parents, though. I had a lot of therapy. I was just getting a lot of help. So, I mean, after it went away and I got healed, I came back even harder than ever. I was training harder than ever. And I did my tournament, and I think I won. I don't even know what happened. But at the end of the day, I came back. That didn't stop me, So I go through all these hard times, and I don't let it get to my head.
What's your record? Do you know your record? Do you even know? Do you know your record off the top of your head?
No.
You don't keep up with it. You don't pay attention.
Mr. Joe over here, my dad would know that.
In a way, it doesn't matter to you, right? Like it's just on to the next, on to the next, on to the next.
Yeah, it's always on to the next.
You don't dwell on it.
Nah, yeah, I'm always looking forward to the next tournament, the next win, the next fight, the next gold medal.
Is there anyone that beat you that you've rematched, and how did that go?
Like if there's like a major name, that like we won back and forth.
Yeah. Like, is there anyone that like sometimes you get him, he gets you, like that goes back and forth?
Yeah, there probably is, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
Okay.
But like I can name like one really good fight I had at my green belt year was when I fought Kid Rotullo. Shout out to Kid Rotullo. He's a great guy, great man. Yeah, we fought our green belt. He won. It was such a great match though. It was very anticipated. A lot of fans wanted to see that fight. And we were just so young, and it was awesome. It was great, and he's doing great today. He's a great guy.
Now, is that a case where like you'd like to try him again, or no? You don't care.
He's way bigger now. Yeah, he's
okay.
like I think 170s, 180s.
Oh wow,
yeah, he's up there.
So that's not.
Yeah, he's doing his thing though. He's killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will he transition to MMA?
Oh yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe he's going to MMA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had any friends like in Dana White Contender Series or anything like that yet? Have you had anybody that?
No, not yet.
Do a lot of your friends, are all of your friends into jiu-jitsu, or do you have do the non-jiu-jitsu people even understand your life, your world?
Most of my friends are from jiu-jitsu.
Right.
Yeah. Anybody that
Kind of has to be that way, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like any friends that I had in the past, was in the past. You know, you grew up and you change. You have a different lifestyle.
Right.
But yeah,
or they have to at least be fans of it, even if they're not doing it. Like they have to at least understand it to hang with you, right?
Yeah,
Otherwise you're
it would
just
help
fuck.
if they understand. You know what I mean? Like what my life is like. You know, because
Right.
it's kind of hard to be friends or somebody that doesn't understand your lifestyle. You know.
You train every day still, right now?
Yeah, every day, every morning.
What time? So what's a typical day for you? You wake up at what time? Same time every day?
Yeah, I wake up at 6:30 a.m. and then first class starts at 7:30, and then there's the second class, which is 8:30 to 9:30. So 2 classes in the morning, and then later on in the afternoon I go to wrestling, and then I do my no-gi training. So about 4 classes a day.
Wow. Yeah. What would you say the best base to have is? Is it wrestling, or you probably gonna say jiu-jitsu because you're biased? But what do you think?
I would say like it's a tough choice because obviously like jiu-jitsu is gonna help me for the most part, but wrestling, what I love about wrestling is that it gives you that aggressiveness, that upper hand, and it just helps you with like the physical strength part as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, especially when you're doing no-gi, like in no-gi, and no-gi is where like the big pay is too, it's like, and no-gi is just, it's good in so many ways. And I love doing no-gi. I'm gonna do most of my super fights in no-gi, so that's why I implement my wrestling in there. And then there's judo. Judo helps me majorly when it comes to like doing jiu-jitsu, or especially in wrestling, because I used to win a lot of my wrestling tournaments when I was young, only doing judo.
Really?
Yeah, judo got me. Yeah, judo got me a long way.
Interesting.
Yeah, even when I first came here to the West Coast, I would do judo on everybody, and people would be like, "What the hell?"
Really?
Yeah,
because they just weren't expecting it.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I don't see a lot of judo players out here, like especially in tournaments or even in training. I don't see anyone doing judo. Not a lot of judo at all. Yeah, it's kind of rare.
Yeah, like whenever I'm on the fence when it comes to betting, I'm always like, I always pick the wrestler because I just feel like that base and the cardio and the relentlessness, like...
No, I've went up against multiple good wrestlers. Like, even with the amount of years of jiu-jitsu you have, wrestlers, they just get better,
Right.
And they just got this certain aggressiveness and pace to them and fastness. And it's like, once they get your legs, that's it, you're caught.
Yeah.
You already got to be on the floor before they get your legs,
Right.
So that's what's funny about wrestling. But I love wrestling. It's great.
And what about, like, boxing and stuff? Did you get into that ever or no?
Yeah, I got a little bit into boxing. It was more like just on the side, just running my hands, just kind of practicing. And I think only for about a year or so. But I love doing boxing. It's great. Man, I love to throw in everything in the mix, So I'm just kind of all around.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson boxing? Will you watch that? Are you going to watch that?
Yeah, I'll watch that.
That you'll watch?
Yeah, that's how.
UFC 300, no.
Yeah.
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, you're in. All right, I like it.
Yeah.
What do you think happens in that one? Do you have any idea?
Man, that's a good one. Man, Mike Tyson, he's been in the game so long, and I know like everybody says like Jake Paul or maybe it just depends, because I've always been a fan of It's hard to say because they're both great fighters because Jake Paul, he's been doing his thing too.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch that one.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what goes on there. I don't know. I don't know if I believe how legit it's going to be though. Also, like I don't know. I got a lot of questions on that one. I don't know. Yeah. And what about hobbies and stuff other than jiu-jitsu? Are you a video game guy? What do you do for fun?
Hobbies will probably go out, take a day out for myself, go skateboarding.
Yeah.
Probably just relax, take a day to chill. Sometimes I just have to sit back, just relax.
You've had worse injuries on the mats or from skateboarding?
I would say definitely from the mats.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I actually didn't think you'd say that. I thought you were going to say skateboarding.
No, yeah, you'd be surprised because even on the mats, it's just like you go so hard. It's just so
right.
Like I literally have a scar here in my eyebrow from getting into a bad headbutt.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it wasn't that bad, but like after
in practice or during an actual competition.
That was in practice. Yeah.
Okay,
it was by accident. I mean, it looks pretty cool though. Like,
yeah,
and when girls see it, they like it.
You're so funny.
Scars make it.
Wait, was it? Wait, scars make it. What would you say? Oh, curls for the girl. Wait, what'd you?
Curls get the girls.
Curls get the girls.
Yeah.
That's good shit. I like that.
Yeah. So I can use a few more scars, and even with scars, I want to get a tattoo as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you know of what?
You should already know that answer, man. Come on. What's my name?
The bull.
The
You're going to put a bull on there. Where's it gonna go?
All right, here on the back, you know, like full on bull tattoo. You know, that's.
Do you have any now?
No, I don't have no tattoos.
That'll be the first.
That'll be the first
so
one.
right out of the gate, you're coming with a big bad bull.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Because you know, when I take the shirt off, got the bull. You know, people are gonna be entertained, you know. So
Right.
Like, you gotta staple the name on there. I've had it for so long. It's been 15 years.
Right.
I gotta show who I am.
Yeah.
I gotta be out there.
I like it. I like it. And what about, like, are you a car guy? Like, are you a if you won the lottery, what's your first purchase? You win $10 million in the lottery. What's the first thing you're buying?
$10 million in the lottery?
Yeah.
Damn.
What are you buying? What's Jacob the Bull buying?
Now, if we're talking about like a car that I want to be driven in, like kind of like have that celebrity lifestyle, I
Right.
would say obviously a Rolls Royce. You know?
Okay.
Because like, I mean, I think it's just a better flex. Like instead
Right.
of like you driving, like there's always a
You just
dope
chilling
place to
in the
drive.
back.
Yeah, but it's like you come out in the back and I feel like it gives you that upper hand. It's like, damn, people look at you like coming out of a Rolls Royce.
Right.
You know, it's like
Right.
way different than coming out of a Lamborghini.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
I think it's cooler.
And then what about a car that you're gonna drive, though? If you could drive anything that you're actually gonna drive.
I think I would like to be like a Bugatti.
Oh shit, this guy's going big.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I miss the Bugattis.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And you'll always live California, you think?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay here for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a beach guy.
Yeah, I like the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I have the time, I definitely like to go to the beach. You know, like be in the sun,
Yeah.
getting my vitamin D in.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, man, this was fun. I had a good time talking to you.
Hell
this
yeah,
this
man.
flew by. Thank you for
Yeah,
driving. I
this is a
can't believe you
great
drove
conversation.
in for this. I love it.
No,
It's like
yeah.
I'm honored, honestly.
Yeah, of course, man. Thank you. It's been too long. I had to come here.
Yeah, this
So,
was great.
I'm glad for you having me
All
on
right.
the show.
I'm going to try to come to the match. So it's May 29th through June 2nd, you said? May 29th through June 2nd? All right.
Yes.
I'm going to try to figure this out and
Okay.
come. So if I was going to come for a day, like, is it you have to make it to June 2nd? Like, is it like a tournament kind of thing? Or it's just every day you'll be doing it regardless?
No, we don't know the days yet. They post
Oh, it's going to be some time in that window. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try to come. I'm going to try to come out for that.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be great.
All right.
shout out to your sponsor, Moya.
Yeah, who's the sponsor? Shout the sponsors out.
Yeah, let me shout out my sponsors. Shout out to Moya Brand. Shout out to the people I work with, Silver Media. You guys, love you guys. You already know. And shout out to. Oh, I'm going brain fog.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll it's text me and we'll put them in the description.
Okay,
We'll put shout-outs in the description.
Yeah.
Everybody, 'cause
And
we
you guys can
definitely
follow
wanna-
my Instagram at Jacobthebullbrown.
Yeah, there it is, right there. Boom, there it is.
Thank you guys.
All right. Little Raj back there and Moose. I don't know if you guys even know how to end the show. This is their first time engineering an Action Junkie show back there. So if you do know how to end the show, just end it. There it is. I love it.